Jeopardy superstar James Holzhauer is a professional sports bettor by trade who used to dabble in online poker. Holzhauer will be making his debut at the World Series of Poker today after Hall of Famer Mike Sexton reached out to him with a sponsorship opportunity from Party Poker. Holzhauer plans to play 2 events at the WSOP, including joining Sexton in the tag team tournament. The two have pledged to donate half of their winnings to charity. Card Player TV caught the two giving a press conference at the Rio, which you can check out now in its entirety.
I emailed him, he wrote back, hey, he said, I did play on Party Poker back in the day. I used to watch the World Poker Tour every day as well, that we could, and so there was a connection there, so I ended up meeting him for lunch, and unfortunately, he has a pre-planned vacation, a long-term standing vacation planned with his family, so he's going to be unable to play in the main event, but I said, if you want to play a couple other events, I'd love to play with you in the team event for one, and he selected the Turbo event today that starts at 11 a.m. as his other choice, and we've also offered him the opportunity to come to the Party Poker Live Millions event in the Bahamas in November. Be a great vacation for his family if he wants to come, and we'll put him in the $10,000 main event with a $5 million prize pool guaranteed. So, as much as I know how much James and his wife Melissa are very giving people into charities and all, I suggested and asked him if he'd be wanting to put up 50% of it, whatever prize money we win, and donate to charity. And he lit up like a Christmas tree when I said that. He said yes, and certainly we're proud to represent Project 150. And James, why don't you tell them a little bit about Project 150 here?
Sure. So Project 150 is based in North Vegas. They serve 61 high schools in the valley and kind of beyond to Pahrump. And they, there's 6,400 homeless teens in the community that really need assistance with everything, food, clothing, place to sleep at night, basic essentials, toiletries, all these things that normal high schoolers take for granted. They're giving these teens a shot at breaking the cycle of poverty. They're very concerned with making sure the teens have dignity in the schools, making sure they have clothes that are in style, so everyone can blend in, nobody's going to pick on them. And I really just think it's a great charity, wonderful cause. They're looking to expand down to really the southern parts of Nevada, that they only have one delivery driver right now, and he's working, around the clock, just trying to get to all these schools, get them everything they need. Kelly, do you want to say anything else? I have Kelly Christo here from the
Introduce Kelly project. From the charity.
Hi, I'm Kelly Christo from Project 150, and just like James said, we do work with the homeless high school students here in Southern Nevada. We provide food, clothing, hygiene, whatever we can give to these students to encourage them to stay enrolled in school, graduate, and then hopefully with the support of the community we can change the trajectory of their lives. So it's Project 150 right here in Las Vegas.
Okay, open up the floor to any questions anybody have for me or mostly James probably.
Hey Mike, I was wondering what kind of impact do you think James had on the profile of, raising the profile of professional gamblers by his run in Jeopardy?
I think he's enhanced it incredibly so because of his demeanor, his charity giving. He's a family man, and all these things project very well in any professional gambling business, whether it's poker, whether it's sports betting, or whatever it might be. So I was thrilled to hear when we were watching Jeopardy, he was a professional sports bettor. Unfortunately, I'm a very bad sports bettor, but still, he's definitely enhanced the profession, no question about it.
James, for you, you do this advocacy stuff like Project 150. Do you feel like with sports betting and online poker and online gambling, getting a lot of traction in states around the nation, that you would be doing advocacy on that in the future as well, or just sticking to charitable causes?
It's something I would consider. I have to think about it on a case-by-case basis, but I don't know. It's not. I would say it's not a priority to me to do that, whereas it is a priority to give some money back to the community that needs it.
Why is Project 150 important to you, and how does it feel for you to have the spotlight of Jeopardy and then using that platform to shine on Project 150?
I have to give a lot of credit to my wife, Melissa. She was the one who kind of found Project 150 in the first place, and hearing about homeless youth is really hits home, especially for her, for me as well. But she was really a driving force behind this particular one, and thanks to her, we got to meet Kelly. Take a tour of their facility, see all the great things they're doing for the community, and it's just a really tough age being in high school. You can make or break your whole life, and I think we're giving a lot of teens a chance at a life they never would have known otherwise.
James, I know you haven't played high-stakes poker in a while. Everyone on social media expects you to dominate like you did on Jeopardy. What are your expectations?
It'd be nice if I don't embarrass myself, but I'm just really hoping to have a good time, and if I happen to win, then, that's gravy.
James, have you kept up with the poker world at all over the last few years? I know you have a lot of friends in the game.
Yeah, back when I was playing poker in the early to mid-2000s, I met a lot of people. My college roommate is Jamison Painter, who has made, I don't know how many final tables it is, but it's quite a few. I have several friends who are bracelet winners. They're giving me some quick coaching sessions that I'm sure will not help, but it's good to have people in the community. They're great people. I trust them with my life.
James, what is your strategy for today?
Not to embarrass myself. No, I don't really know. It's hard to know what kind of table image I'm going to have. But people have only seen me on TV, so I guess I kind of had to just see how things are going and react to that.
How much live poker have you played? Because you used to always play online, right?
Very little. I would say under 50 hours for sure, but don't know the exact number.
How are you and Mike splitting up the play today?
So I'm in the 11 a.m. event, and the tag team one starts at 2, and so until I'm out of the event, of course, I can't play the tag team unless I'm on a break or something. And I think it's probably better for the team that the pro poker player handles the bulk of the work. So that is the plan.
Mike, did you see a party poker partnership with James continuing to develop in the future?
Well, I hope so, but I don't know what his schedule is going to be and how many events he's planning on playing. He's already said he's not looking to get into the poker world full time. He's got too many other opportunities right now. But when he wants to play in poker tournaments, I'm sure Party Poker will be glad to sponsor him because getting the brand out there is the key, as you know. And obviously, when you have a celebrity like James here, who's so popular now in the United States, it can only help, especially since we just got licensed here in Nevada just about a month ago, and we're looking to expand in the U.S. down the road. So you never know what might happen. Might be plenty of opportunity out there.
James, kiddos that might be looking up to you as maybe a genius, right? What would your tip be to kids, like maybe to retain information, but not necessarily just information, but also knowledge? Any tips on that?
I would say that just trying to find a way to make things meaningful to you is good. I know, like, I take a lot of vacations with my wife, and things that I've actually seen in person, of course, stick with me. It's not an opportunity that's available to everyone, but it's the idea is like, get it into your head. Maybe your favorite musician likes a certain type of food or something. You can remember it that way. There's always some kind of connection you can make there. I know a lot of things that came up on Jeopardy because they were on The Simpsons at some point. You learn from everywhere. Just keep your ears open and eyes open.
James, I know you're a wrestling fan. It's a tag team event. Is there any reason you chose these particular two events to play, or is it just your schedule working?
Well, the schedule was a big part of it. I know the Super Turbo, I think, is going to be over today regardless of what goes. I've got a lot of family commitments and other things going on. I know, what is the main event, like 13 days? It's a lot of consecutive days to be committing to one thing, even though, it is the event. The tag team event, I thought it would be, just a fun opportunity to, and also, as I said, I can pawn off most of the work on this guy, so that doesn't hurt.
James, what are your thoughts on the changing landscape of the general gambling world right now, especially sports betting?
I think it's great and kind of overdue to see legalization spread across the United States. People have called me like kind of an ambassador for the movement. I don't know that I agree with that, but I hope I'm a positive face of the progress if it is in fact that way.
So you put a picture on Twitter on American Ninja Warrior Las Vegas. Can we expect to see you on that? Or do you have any details?
So, I just made some kind of offhand comment on my interview section of Jeopardy about how I enjoyed training at the local ninja gym, and American Ninja Warrior actually reached out to me saying, hey, would you like to run the course this year? But, as with poker, I had a pre-planned vacation at that time, and I couldn't do it, but they said, okay, why don't you come out to the course, watch us this film this year's national finals, and then maybe you can run next year. And, we'll see what happens, but they've offered to put me in touch with some of their top ninjas around the country to go train with them, so I think that would be a blast if nothing else. I got a year to get in shape, though. So.
If you take it all in this tournament, how will you be celebrating?
Goodness. Well, the Crazy Horse 3 has already invited me to a victory party, so they can make it a twofer, I guess. Probably a quiet celebration, but one never knows.
We'll be celebrating with Kelly and the charity. That's what
Yeah, that's.
Mike, what do you expect from James playing poker today?
I just want him to have a good time here playing. You know, he's come into our world, and we're all blessed that he's here. It certainly gives us so much more exposure in the poker world. Can be good for the industry. And so I just want him to have fun, enjoy himself. We haven't talked any strategy. We don't care. And if and when he gets knocked out of the turbo event, you know, I'm hoping he comes and tags me in. And he can play as long as he wants to, and depending on his time required, when I'll come back in, I don't know. But basically, we're just looking to enjoy ourselves, and I'm sure that all the tables and the players in the tournament that have a chance to sit and play with him are going to be ecstatic. Whatever happens to them, they'll have a memory here from the World Series forever.
Mike, have you picked his brain at all for any sports betting tips?
I have not. We haven't got to that yet, but it's not football season yet. But because I'm the worst sports bettor of all time, and he's one of the best, I guess. So that's great. But in any case, we're thrilled to be playing, as I said, 50% for charity. And some of you may not know, but years ago, back in 2006, the only other time I declared I was going to donate 50% of my winnings to charity, I won the World Series of Poker Tournament of Champions and $1 million. And so hopefully the karma continues to run good. And I give a shout out to Party Poker because they sponsored the $2 million prize pool of that event, and thank the World Series of Poker for putting on that event. And because of them, we were able to contribute $100,000 each to 5 different charities. So that was fantastic. So hopefully the run good keeps going.